Good morning, Year 2. This is your Wednesday's literacy lesson. So this week we are learning a new story, and our story is called The Bog Baby. Now, before we look at our story, let's have a look at our spellings. So you will need your pencils and you'll need your literacy book. If you have space underneath your learning objective, you can write your spellings, or if you've not got space underneath your learning objective, then can you please write it on a piece of paper? So you're ready? So remember to read the tricky word, write the tricky word, and then put it into a sentence. Okay, your first word, my turn, then your turn. Bath, your turn. Okay, write the tricky word and then put it into a sentence for me. I had a bath yesterday would be my sentence. So you have a go at writing your sentence. Pause the video whilst you write your sentence and then you can move on to your second word. Okay, my turn, your turn. Any, your turn. Okay, write the tricky word. Make sure you are carefully copying the spellings and then put it into a sentence. So for example, my sentence would be, I don't have any sweets. Think of your own sentence and have a go at writing that. Pause the video if you need to before you move on. Okay, so this week our grammar is past tense, and past tense tells us about something that has happened in the past. So let's have a look at some examples. So past tense, usually regular verbs that end in the suffix ed, and we looked at these last week, and suffix is a group of letters that come at the end of a word, a root word or a main word as it's sometimes known as. But there are some verbs and they're known as irregular verbs and they do not have the ed suffix. So let's have a little read through and see if you can spot the verbs, the regular verbs. The small boy cried. So cried is the verb, it's the past tense. My dog jumped over the fence. So jumped is the past tense. We cooked Mum a special meal. That's right, cooked is the past tense in that sentence. Grandad enjoyed the film at the cinema. That's correct. Enjoyed is the past tense in this case. Now, have a look at this one then. The children ran to the playground. Now, this is a tricky one. Now, you might have guessed this is an irregular verb. Now, when we say ran, it's the past tense. Run is the present tense, but we can't write rand. It just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't sound right. So we say ran. So we don't add ed to the end of the main word. And then another example for you. My dad ate fish and chips for tea. Again, we don't write ated. My dad ated fish and chips for tea. It just wouldn't sound right. It's not grammatically correct. So we write, my dad ate fish and chips for tea. So ran and ate are irregular verbs as they do not have a suffix ed at the end. Okay, let's have a look. A quick quiz for you. So true and false. You can use your thumbs up, thumbs down. So I'm going to read the sentence, see if you can guess. I walked to the shop. Is it a past tense? True or false? It is indeed true. So I walked to the shop is something that you've done in the past. I play with my friends. True or false? What do we think? Past tense or not? It is false. I play with my friends is something that's happening now. I cook dinner with my mum. It is true. So it isn't because it's got an ed, so we can guess that one as the past tense. And I can jump is indeed false because it's referring to the present tense. It's referring to something that's happening now. or you're doing something now. Okay, so what our new story this week is The Bog Baby. I want you to quickly recap or retell the story to your grown-up. Can you tell them what happens in the story? Who's in the story? Who are the characters? What happens at the beginning? What happens at the middle? And what happens at the end? I'll give you a minute or two to just discuss this with your grown-up. You can also look at your copy of the Bog Baby story that you have in your learning pack to help you to refresh your memory. So pause the video here and then spend 2 minutes discussing your ideas and retelling the story. Okay, so your task today is to create your own Bog Baby. So let's have a look at how we have to do this. So here's what you'll need to how to make a Bog Baby. What you will need, it's an old blue sock, some rice, some dry rice, an elastic band or some string, some paper to draw the eyes, or you could use some googly eyes if you have some at home. It's optional, so you don't have to do them. You can just draw your own if you want to. It's fine. And you need a pair of scissors and a glue stick. Here's what we need to do. So step 1. First, get an old sock and fill it with some dry rice. Step number 2. Next, tie the bottom of the sock with an elastic band. As you can see in my picture, it's a little bit difficult because the picture's a little bit fuzzy on your screen probably. Just tie it here at the bottom, okay? To secure it so the rice doesn't fall out of your sock. Step number 3, it says then cut any extra part of the sock off. And as you can see, I'm just going to go back to my previous page. The cuff is pretty long, so we don't need all of it. You can just chop a little bit off, but remember to leave a little bit as you'll need this to create your feet. So cut any extra part of the sock off. You can use this material to create your arms if you want to, as we do this in the next couple of steps. But leave at least about 5 centimeters for the feet. And for the feet, all you need to do is to cut a small slit in the middle to create 2 feet apart, as you can see in my picture here. Step number 4. After that, use the extra material you cut off and use this for the arms. It's a little bit tricky to see mine on here, but you can add your arms on. You can glue those on. Step number 5, finally draw the eyes and stick them on with some glue. And then there you have it, you have made your Bog Baby. Now I've made this sound really quick and simple to do. It might take you a little bit longer, so you may have to watch the video a couple of times just to help you with the steps. Okay, once you are done and you've made your Bog Baby, I want you to look at this next bit. Here's your waggle. So it says describe your Bog Baby. So here's my waggle. So what a good one looks like. So I have got ears like a mouse, boggly eyes, bristly eyebrows. We've got some sharp paws, squidgy blue tummy, bungy skin, some sharp toes, soft jelly-like tummy, a small mouth. So what I want you to do is in your literacy book then for Wednesday's lesson is to draw a picture of your Bog Baby, so of your finished version of your Bog Baby that you have made. Okay, so I want you to draw a picture, and then underneath I'd like you to write, and I know red and orange group, I just want you to write straight into your literacy books, please, making sure that you are starting on the left hand side of the page and you're not starting in the middle. If you need help, ask your grown up. okay, to show you, or maybe to draw a dot to where you need to start. So draw a sketch of your Bog Baby, and then I want you to describe what your Bog Baby looks like. Now I have put some keywords on here. You can use some of those, or if you want to come up with your own ideas, that is fine. But I'd like to see some expanded noun phrases like I've shown you in my waggle. Okay, so have a go. So remember to describe the noun using adjectives, or 2 or more adjectives to describe. So have a go at doing those and write your ideas. Yellow and green group, you have got a writing some lines on your sheet, so you can just write straight onto your piece of paper. So have a go at writing those. Okay, so that's the end of your literacy lesson. So I hope you have lots of fun making your Bog Babies. I would really love to see some photos of your finished Bog Baby, so please send them in. I'd love to see them, and I'd really like to put them on our class blog, so that your friends can also see what you have created at home. Have fun. Bye.